One more game I want to touch on before we move on, though, because the Browns fans will probably kill us. They seem to like they're enjoying our content, so we got we got to touch on the Browns and what the hell there's going on. Obviously, the Steelers dominated the game, which we kind of expected, but what is going on with the Cleveland Browns? And do
But
you think
again,
that Kevin Stefanski's decision to allow Dylan Gabriel to drop back 50 plus times?
52 times he threw the ball.
Yeah,
Dylan Gabriel. And do you know what's crazy again? The Browns are 1-5. Their defense played good. Their defense played good again. Like, what is going? We can't even say what is going on. Like, obviously they gave up total yards, just over 300 or 330 or something. But it's like there's only so much that the defense can do, bro. You've got the best defensive player in the NFL. He revigorates his D line in Myles Garrett. Their secondary's solid. It's like Denzel Ward. And I'm like, broski, what? My man, I forgot Delpit when he spoke up before the Ravens game and said, we'll stop Derrick Henry.
they
He
did.
did. They did.
They did.
And and I'm like, all right, cool, Delpit, we got to put respect on your name. And again, their defense just played solid. But yeah, obviously last week you were stating you wanted Shaduer after Dylan Gabriel's first start.
I
But
did.
yeah,
But you know, I don't know what the Browns organization is doing. I still don't know. I won't know. Um, I don't know what Stefanski's doing. As we said, I feel like that coach of the year is what Joe Burrow and the Bengals were holding on to with the Super Bowl make. Do you get what I mean? I feel like that's what people are doing. Oh, he won coach of the year. It's similar to the Bengals made the Super Bowl. How
but
much longer?
his argument then will be he hasn't had the like solidified quarterback. It's always a chop and change.
But is that not his decision in some aspects? Because you did have Baker.
Yeah, but I'm saying obviously he won coach of the year after Baker. Do you know what I mean?
With Joe Flacco, but then you
Yeah.
wanted to get rid of Joe Flacco also, and then you went Deshaun Watson came in,
But
but
then they've given Deshaun that contract. So that's more of a I feel like the early Deshaun tenureship is an ownership thing. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
Like he has to play him because of what they've done. I do get your point. Like right now, not the decision's clear, but it's like broski. It's like all right, like the way they wanted to start the season with Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, Shadow. It's like all right, cool.
yeah. But that's the thing. Nothing was organized going into the season because you had four quarterbacks on your roster still, and you were willing to have them all on the 53-man roster, ready to be on the team on the weekends. I'm like, okay, so what? My confusion is what was the coach's decision? What did he want to do? Because at this point, everything's being taken out of his hands. So if everything's being taken out of his hands, you may as well go on and get rid of him. Because he's basically saying they traded Joe Flacco. That wasn't my decision. That was Andrew Berry's decision.
Mhm.
They've done this. They've done this. They're moving players, and more are going to be available at the trade deadline. That's not my decision. So what are the Browns preparing for? I know this season's probably done for them. So what are they actually preparing for? Because
Only
is
because
Dylan Gabriel going to be the starter the rest of the year? Are we going to see Shador? Like, who's in charge here?
let me even yeah, because obviously it was reported that especially with the draft process. Shador wasn't their pick at all. It was an ownership thing. But
And then the
I
owner came out and said it wasn't his pick. So,
yeah,
like, what? This is the thing. This is just a dysfunctional franchise, and this is why they've never won the Super Bowl.
all right. Look at the next 5 games. The
Mm.
Dolphins at home, the Patriots away, the Jets away, the Ravens at home, and then the Raiders away. Like, if they had competent quarterback play, you could say they could win 3, maybe 4 of those games because of
Yes,
how good their defense is. They could beat the Dolphins, depending on if New England are going to continue being on this high. They could beat the Jets. They always cause the Ravens problems in divisional games,
yeah,
and then they could beat the Raiders. Like,
they could, but we know what's about to happen. They're about to go 0-5. That's that's the thing. Like they could do a lot of things, but we know, bro, they haven't scored more than 17 or 20 points in the last like 16 or 22 games, bro.
Let me look now. 17 Vikings, 17 Ravens. Uh, even preseason they scored one game, 22 win.
Yeah, no, no,
Uh,
that was
no,
sure.
they scored 30.
What was that? Preseason again?
Yeah,
That don't
yeah,
count.
yeah, yeah. In terms of, you
Preseason,
said over 17, right?
yeah, over 17. That's what I feel. Over 17 or to 20, one of the two.
So the last game was like when the Broncos beat them 41-32 on the 3rd of December. So in
Which year?
terms of like competitive games, they've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then how many games this season? One,
6,
two,
11.
one, two, yeah, because they've not had a bye week, innit?
Yeah. So 11.
So yeah, 11 games they've not scored over 17 points. That is crazy.
So this is the thing. How do you expect to win games? Because your defense holds people to a good amount of points, all the time, usually.
Yeah, the only teams this season that have put points on them is the Ravens and Lions. The Ravens, they out-yarded them.
Yeah.
And then the Lions, we were in the studio watching that game,
Mhm.
and the game was tight.
It
Like,
was.
even though Flacco had his first half turnovers, the second half, his receivers did not catch the ball, bruv,
And if they did, they would have been in contention to win the game.
to win the game. And the Lions end up blowing them out. But it's just like, yeah, I don't know, man.
The regime down there is a mess. Look, for Shador's sake, I want him to play, but I really don't want him to play as well because there's nothing good coming from Cleveland right now.
Their
And
receivers ain't serious, bruv.
bro, I don't know what's going on. Hey,
Like Jared Judy, I don't know what's going on with my guy because he did not help Dylan Gabriel on the weekend.
no. Isaiah, Isaiah Bond was running, not looking at the ball. I don't know, man. Njoku's an interesting one. Fanning looks good. They didn't want to run with Judkins. It's like you saw what he did last week, but you don't want to use him this week. Like, make sense of what your offense is. That's hey.
Yeah, yeah. The Browns, we've given you content again. I don't know why,
But hey.
but there you go.